It's that time again, folks. It's hate week between Texas and Oklahoma. Both teams sitting at very quietly at 2-2. Oklahoma's half of the Red River 2-2, 1-0 in league play. Texas is half of the Red River rivalry with what they thought would have been the best win in non-conference. Still, though, sitting at 2-2 and 0-1 in the league. We'll break down everything you need to know. The play-by-play man and the season. But first, the Sooner Stumper. This is the Red River Rivalry, played on a neutral field. Historically, only one other game, has been played on truly a neutral field. What game is that? And here's a hint for you: is that Bob Stoops and Charlie Strong both played both coached on the same sideline in this rivalry. Not the same years, however. Did, however, have the same positions. Interesting, huh? Find out what I mean next. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the show, and Boomer Sooner. Now, a neutral site game. OU Texas is a neutral site game. There's one other game that's traditionally played at a neutral site. That game is the Florida-Georgia rivalry. It started out there officially in the Jacksonville Stadium in 1933. Jacksonville Stadium right now is called Everett Bank Field. It is the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and both Bob Stoops and Charlie Strong were both defensive coordinators for the Gator half of the Florida-Georgia War. Of course, Bob there, Steve Spurrier in the late 90s, and Charlie Strong was Urban Meyer's defensive coordinator at the Florida University. Our neutral site rivalry, however, we all know where that's played, at the Cotton Bowl between OU and Texas. We'll start here as we cross enemy lines. Athletic director from Texas. That will be Mike Perrin, Perrin. After the game in Stillwater, he says that they would have to, quote, evaluate everything about the football program, unquote. Nothing has been decided on the future of Charlie Strong. This year, Charlie Strong at Texas is 2-2. Just like Oklahoma is 2-2, but Oklahoma's 2-2 looks a little neater on the scratch pad right now. We'll get into that later. Before that, let's get into what the weather's going to be like. It's going to be 80 at their state fair. Not too hot, not too cold. In the 80s, with clear skies, and the sun will be shining bright on the Cotton Bowl. The Cotton Bowl, where Oklahoma actually has a losing record of 42%. With just 44 wins compared to 61 losses and 5 ties in the series, does the win for each side of the Cotton Bowl. The Texas half of the Cotton Bowl got the win last year in 2015, 24-17, as Oklahoma just couldn't rally back with enough time. Texas winning The previous year, in 2014, same scenario. Oklahoma got up big. Texas rallied back. Couldn't rally back enough in that one. Oklahoma won that one 31-26. This year's edition is played Saturday, October the 8th on Fox at 11 a.m. on Fox Sports 1 with a national broadcast crew. Charles Davis on the play-by-play. Former Colorado Buffalo, Joel Klatt on the color analyst, and Shannon Spake on the sideline. Or you can listen to the OU radio broadcast. Also available on your computer, app, and smartphone, tablet and smartphone at the iTunes radio app. TuneIn radio app. If you go to the TuneIn radio app, you'll hear Toby Rowland. He does the play-by-play. Merv Johnson, former defensive coordinator for former assistant on this Sooner staff, color man, and sideline reporter from Sports Talk 1400. Chris Plank and Teddy Lehman handle the pressure, as well on the sidelines does Rufus Alexander. Now, Rufus does his work on 107.7, the franchise in Oklahoma City, and 107.9, the franchise in Tulsa, in the morning show. Their version of the morning show on the franchise. There's a couple ways to pregame in Norman. Pregame in Norman, the official OU tailgate party. It's right across the street from the stadium over at McCaslin Fieldhouse. Or you can go hang out at Campus Corner. Campus Corner, if you go to Balfour, you can hang out with Toby, Teddy, and the guys from Sports Talk 1400. They're right there at Balfour. You go across the street to the O'Connells, you could see Barry Trammell, you could see Jim Traver and company. They are over there across the street, right in front of O'Connell's. Or you can go to the franchise. I go to the franchise when usually it's a lot bigger, a lot more fun. They have everything there, including Hertz Donuts. It's in their parking lot at Hertz Donuts. That's 107.7 the franchise in Oklahoma. So that's what we get to experience. Fans, what about on the field experience? Well, this is what they experience on the field. Offensively, Oklahoma averages 39.5 points per ball game. That's 39.50. That is 42nd best in the country. Not bad. Offensively, they're at 492.50 points yards per ball game. That is 32nd best in the country. Defensive statistics, a bit skewed because of their competition. Houston, TCU, and Ohio State are all very good offensive productional teams. But with that being said, they are averaging points allowed per ball game 35.25. That's 35.25 points per ball game. That is 203rd in the nation. Defensive numbers as far as yards, that is at 429.25. That is 429.25. That is 176th in the nation. That's your Oklahoma Sooners. They are headed out by Bob Stoops, the one in the visor. Stoops, the one in the visor. 17 years at Oklahoma. Was a University of Iowa grad from 1979 to 1982. This is his entering into his 18th season at OU with a winning record of 180-47. That is a .793 winning percentage. Last year ran to an 11-2 season, an 8-1 season, over 11-2 overall, 8-1 in league play, and an outright Big 12 title ring to go with it. Bowl appearances under Bob Stoops. They're 8-8. That's 500. Divisional titles in the Stoops era. 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2006, 07, and 08. Went back in 2010. That's the South Divisional crowns. What about just plain rings? The bling bling. The bling bling came their way in 2000, 2002, 2004. They went on a 3-game winning streak. 06, 07, and 08. Won a ring again in 2010. Won a ring again in 2012. And then last year, 2015, won a ring. What about 2016? They can easily get to the 2016 ring off to a 1-0 start in league play. The national picture, though, kind of out of that at 2-2 overall, 1-0 in Big 12 play. It all started on the road in Houston in a neutral site game against 15th ranked Houston, where they knock off our Sooners 33-23 in the loss in RNG Stadium. Sooners, though, do get back on track after taking care of University of Louisiana Monroe 59-17. The Sooners then take another one on the chin, pretty good, this time to the Ohio State University in a 45-24 loss to the then third-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. But those two non-conference losses to 15th-ranked Houston and third-ranked Ohio State, all worth it because they did pull an upset of sorts. When Oklahoma's unranked, TCU's 21st ranked, and they pull a touchdown of an upset, 52-26 over the weekend, making the Sooners 1-0 in league play, and as we said, 2-2 overall. Speaking of being 2-2 overall, as is Texas. The south half of the Red River, it looks like this. They average 41.25 points per ball game. That is 41.25 points per ball game. That is 30th in the nation. They do put up pretty good offensive yardage numbers too. 517.25 in the nation. That is 19th best in the country. But defensively, just like Oklahoma, it's a bit to be wanted there in Austin. Now, they haven't quite played the stiffer competition of offensive production like TCU, Ohio State, and Houston, so you can understand why, but they're still pretty good teams that they beat. But defensive numbers, points allowed per ball game, 38.25. That's 38.25. That is 222nd in the nation. What about pure defensive numbers? That is 428.50. That's 175th in the nation for Texas. Their head coach is Charlie Strong in his third year at UT. Played his college career at the University of Central Arkansas. Was there from 1980 to 1983. He was an interim coach at Texas before taking over the realms at Louisville, and then, of course, at Texas. At Louisville and Texas, he's got an 81-50 record that is .617 winning percentage. Last year, however, went 5-7, 4-5 in Big 12 league play. The 4-5 in Big 12 league play did tie West Virginia and bitter in-state rival Texas Tech with a 4-5 record. Not great for Texas. Bowl records under Charlie Strong, 3-3. That's for Charlie Strong at Louisville and at Texas, by the way. He's played in 6 bowl games. One of them, of course, as we said, is interim Florida. Overall, that's 6 games, 3-3. That's 500. Divisional titles in the Stoops era has one of 2001, 2002, 2005, 2008, and 2009. Conference titles in the Stoops era, 01, 05, and 09. What about the University of Texas in 2016? 2-2, just like Oklahoma. 0-1 in Big 12 play, however. Got off to probably, at the time, which was the best non-conference win overall. Over 10th ranked Notre Dame. Got them by a field goal, 50-47 in double overtime. Then got up to a 2-0 start, beating UTEP in Texas, 51-7. Then flew out to Berkeley, Cal Berkeley, where Berkeley got them 50-43 your final. Could have easily been 57-43, but the Cal Berkeley running back drops the ball at the 1-yard line. And then just this past weekend gets thumped by Okie State, 49-31 the final in Stillwater. First win in Stillwater, by the way, for Oklahoma State since 1997. Congratulations, guys. All right, guys. Well, go have your fried Dr. Pepper, fried beverage, or something. A corny dog. Have some fun out there. Next week, we'll break down the Mad Hattin' Hatter, Bill Snyder. Enjoy the festivities at Fair State Fair, and let's get home and bring this one home, baby. Boomer Sooner. See y'all at the Cotton Bowl. I'm out of here.